Hey guys, we're doing a meal prep tutorial today. First meal we're making is a coconut rice and buttered chicken. So it's easy to make, it's fast, tastes good, and it's going to stay good for the whole week that you're prepping. So you don't have to do meal prep 2 times within the week. So yeah, let's get started. First thing you want to grab is do a Costco run or just a local grocery run, but it's going to be a bit more expensive. Get the jumbo rice from Costco, about $5-6. These chickens, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 10 chicken breasts, and you get that for $26. It's a pretty good deal once you split it up. And then these come in packs of 2 for $6, so $3 per thing. And then these are $2 a piece, just coconut milk, and then that's all you really need. And it's going to give you a really good meal. So first thing you want to do is you want to make the coconut rice. What I do is I just use the coconut milk. This is really good because it's an extra about 1,000 calories just in a can. It's healthy fats, polysaturated fats from coconut. There's nothing really else added to it. So it's a nice addition, especially if you're bulking up. Even if you're not though, it's not going to kill you. So what you want to do is you want to open the can. Use the outside to cut around this way. I see a lot of guys, they cut in the center of the can and their lid falls in. So that might change for some people now. If you cut around the edge, it just pops off nice and easy for you. And then this saves us on dishes because now it's our measuring tool as well. So with the minute rice, everything's a 1-to-1 ratio. So what that means, for every measurement of water or liquid, there's going to be a measurement of rice. So what I've done is I've done the whole can of coconut milk, and I've dumped that in there. I counted that as 1 measurement of liquid. And then I've dumped in 1 full cup of water. So now there's 2 measurements of water in there. Second thing I'm going to do now is I'm just going to use the same can as our measurement tool. Dip it in the minute rice. So there's the 1 can of that. There's a second. Just put a little bit more just to make it even because I didn't get the full can. There you go. So now that you have the dry and the wet separate, all you have to do to cook this is you bring this to a boil. So you'll put it on the stove, put it at the highest level, and once the water starts rolling, that's when it's at a boil. All you do is you just dump this measurement in, stir it around a bit, and put a lid on top, and that's it. Super easy, super straightforward, and yeah, we'll go to the next step in the next video. Alrighty, so next step we're going to do is we're going to prepare the chicken. Because we're going to pan fry the chicken, we have to do something called filleting it. Obviously this is pretty thick. You can try to cook it on a pan, but it's not going to cook all the way through without burning the actual breast. So to do that, I'll teach you guys how to fillet. First thing you want to do is there's this little tenderloin here, the chicken. You just cut that off. This is thin on its own, so you don't have to worry about filleting that. And then you got this breast. So what you want to do is you want to flatten it out, lay it pretty flat, and then you want to put some pressure on it. It's going to be hard to find the angle here, but you want to put some pressure and you want to cut it in half. And that's all the fillet is. And also sharpen your knife because it makes a difference. So now that you've cut this breast in half, it's going to be a lot thinner, a lot easier to work with on the grill, on the pan, and then we're going to cube it. So when you're cutting, Ryan had the tutorial on this last year, but for brothers who weren't there, you want to use your first knuckle here as kind of the barrier. Usually you want to use a bigger, thicker knife, but use that kind of as your guide, so you're not going down like this and chopping your nail. It's always just gliding off the front of your finger, and you don't have to worry about cutting yourself too much. Alright, now that we have it all in slices, we're going to bring it down the middle here. There we go. So this will split up easily. And this is the chunks and the sizes you're going to want for the actual butter chicken. So the reason you want it like this, so you can see it's about, say 3/4 of an inch thick. That way you're not gonna actually over dry the chicken, but you're gonna be able to cook it all the way through. And then you do that for 3 or 4 of the breasts, depending how much meat you want in your meal prep. For me, I usually find one can of these covers you for about, I'd say 3 or 4 breaths. So 1 can for every few breaths. There you go, there's the chicken. Awesome, so before we have the coconut milk prepped, as you can see here, it's come to a boil. So that means it's ready for the next step. So here's our prepped rice from before. Put that in. You turn off the heat. This is very important. Do not forget that part. And you stir it around just to make sure all the rice is saturated. And then you just toss the lid on. And that's literally it. It's the best thing ever. Coconut rice. You're gonna have about 4 cups of it once it's done. And then that's gonna last you quite a while. So yeah, next video. Hi, welcome back. So now the pans are heated up. The rice here is just cooking. It'll sit there for about 5-10 minutes. That'll fully absorb the rice. And next step we're gonna do is with the chicken. So the pans are heated. I have it about medium-high heat. And yeah, so what you wanna do is just wanna lay it flat. You'll hear it makes a searing noise. Purpose for that, sears the skin, holds in the moisture. And you just kinda wanna lay it all out evenly on the pan. Make sure you wear an apron. You don't want to get oil on yourself, or wear something that's, you know, pretty protective. And as the patient wears, just kind of toss it in there. You want to have it at a pretty high heat because we're not cooking the chicken, we're just searing the chicken. And you'll know the chicken's done searing on that side because it'll be a golden brown. So I'll take a picture, you guys will see what kind of color you're looking for. And then all you gotta do is flip it over once. So this is all nice and evenly split out. A lot of oil on the pan. Then you'll see even here, it's white, but until there's a golden brown on it, then you don't flip it over. Once it starts getting golden brown, you go through and you just flip them all on the side. So you can see here, perhaps it's getting a little bit brown, but not quite. Doesn't take too long. The searing portion is just to keep the moisture in, and then once it's seared on both sides, that's when you add the sauce to the bigger pan, and you can just let it simmer. Okay, yeah? Alright, so if you zoom in here, so we're going to start flipping it now. You can kind of see the golden brown tinge it has on it, on each side. So you're just going to flip all the pieces over. Sear the other side. And then we'll add the sauce in. Flip the chicken. It's golden brown there, so it's been seared on both sides. So we're just going to add it all to the same pan. And this is where you turn the heat down to about a medium to low and add the sauce. So this is where a lot of the cooking comes in. Now that the moisture's been locked in, it's just going to sit in the pan here and it's just going to simmer. Get it mixed in there evenly. And depends on the how much you cooked it before, but I usually will have it in there for about 5 to 10 minutes. You can take out a little tester cube and cut it open. If it's still pink on the inside, then you know you need more time. But as you can see here, there's a nice little rumble going. It's not like a full boil, but it's definitely hot. And then yeah, just mix up the meat every once in a while, and then as it simmers, it'll cook through, and then your rice should be ready right around the same time as it absorbs the coconut milk and the water. And there you go, there you have it.